Hello, I'm Alex Karpovsky. I'm going to try to answer a few questions you posed for me today about teenage love, want, all types of emotions. Number one, my boyfriend won't let me call him my boyfriend. Our relationship isn't exclusive, which I'm okay with. I just don't like that he tries to come across as completely single. I know that he isn't my property, but I want him to be. How can I stop feeling so jealous and territorial? I want him to be mine, mine, mine. And those three mines are in all caps, full caps. And that's a question submitted by A. Well, A, let's unpack that question for a moment, shall we? Let's just sort of, let's double click the question. By your own admission, your relationship isn't exclusive. By your own description, you're saying that he's not completely single and that he isn't your property. Well, it doesn't really sound like much of a boyfriend to me. A. It sounds like you're one of many ladies in his life. It sounds like there are many moons orbiting this man planet, and you want to be the only celestial object in his night sky. And that's tough. That's tough. You're a satellite of love, as Lou Reed once said. I would encourage you not to confront him. That doesn't really work when you say it's either me or one of the other moons. Don't do that. I would maybe nudge you to create opportunities, situations where you two might have some quality time together. It's just you and him together, and he can get to know you, and hopefully like what he sees, and then he'll fall for you, or at least like you a lot, and then you won't need to have that conversation with him, and all the other moons will go away, and it'll just be you and him. Now, it's hard for me to generalize. It's hard for me to offer feelings beyond that generality because I don't have JPEGs and background files on you guys. But I can just tell you what I find attractive in women and what I might like seeing in a woman in those type of situations, which I encourage you to create with this man. Sincerity, confidence, sense of humor, humility, sense of style, dance ability. Hopefully some of these things you can put on display, and hopefully you like what he sees, and hopefully the other girls will go away, and then he really will be your boyfriend, and you will be his girlfriend, and then things will be great. Question number 2. I hope that dog stops barking. Question number 2. Is it possible to be friends with someone you used to date? This is yeah, especially when they start seeing other people. Jenna with one N. Yes, this is an old, this has been an issue that's been explored by, scholars, mystics, gurus, sex therapists for millennia. I personally am of the opinion that it's actually harder than most. It's hard. It's harder than most people probably feel it is. The chances they're not in your favor, in my opinion. I think the only way two people can really be friends in this situation, people who used to date, is both of you are completely, fundamentally over each other and have moved on. But that's usually not the case. Usually there's one person who's completely moved on and the other person that's not moved on or sort of kind of moved on, and to some varying degree they're harboring a hope that you might get back together one day. And they're playing sort of the rope-a-dope. They're like, hey, maybe if I just keep hanging around and she realizes that the other guys in the world are all scumballs and phonies, then I will, I'll have a second chance. And yeah, I guess that does happen, but that's, friendship shouldn't have an agenda. Friendship should be, an embrace of a mutual regard for each other and a celebration of like-minded sensibility. It shouldn't be one person having some sort of slow-burning strategy in the closet. So to answer your question, yes, it is possible, Jenna, but it's both people have to completely move on. For whatever reason, that's rarely the case. Question number 3. This is a long question. Saddle up. There are two guys that I like. One of them I feel like I can talk to about anything and everything. He respects women. That's important. We share common interests, and I feel really comfortable around him. But I don't find him physically attractive. I've never really had a conversation with the other guy. We joke around sometimes, but I'm too nervous around him to have a real conversation. But I find him incredibly pleasant looking, and I fantasize about him all the time. Which guy should I choose? Or should I not go for either of them? T. Well, T, long question, short answer. Definitely go with the guy who makes you nervous. There's nothing in your question that makes me feel like you guys don't have anything in common. You just don't know yet. All you do know is that you find him attractive, and that's great, and that's important. It's not everything, but it's very important. So that's great. Go there. Isn't that the best thing? To feel nervous, to feel threatened and vulnerable and alive and engaged in that sense when interacting with someone you're really attracted to? I think that's wonderful. That's usually the best part. In fact, it's almost always downhill from there. So enjoy it. Go with that. And if it doesn't work out, go with the other guy. I don't want to contextualize him as a, plan B fella, but, it seems like he's a nice guy. He's always there. And also, I should add, it's very possible that if you don't find someone initially attractive, that you can build an attraction over time based on your appreciation for that person and how cool you think they are. And I think women are a lot better at that than men are. So I'd like to add that too. Question number 4. My boyfriend has a really close female friend. Sometimes when I'm with them, I feel like the third wheel. Third wheel, people, what are they assuming we all drive motorcycles? Most of us drive cars. It's fifth wheel. Fifth wheel. Anyway, I feel like the extraneous wheel, and seeing their ease with each other makes me sick to my stomach. Is it ridiculous to worry about this friendship, or are my worries justified? Anonymous. Well, Anonymous, that's also kind of an age-old riddle, an age-old concern. This is what I suggest you do. Give him a gift. Give him a teddy bear. And say, I want you to think of this teddy bear when you see it. I want you to think of me when you see the teddy bear, and I want you to keep it in your bedroom, close to you, near and dear. And the teddy bear has a nanny cam inside of its eyeball. And then that way, over time, you'll be able to figure out whether or not he's being faithful to you. And if he ever, if you get definitive proof that he has been unfaithful to you, then don't bring up the nanny cam. Just play the card of women's intuition. My women's intuition tells me that you have been unfaithful. Now, if he then comes clean and says you're right, again, don't mention the nanny cam. Just understand that he, perhaps he's really feels crummy about it. Perhaps you need to get it out of his system. I don't know. But at least there's a possibility for reparation and rehabilitation. There's a thread of it. If he denies it, then you know he's a complete, full-out scoundrel, and you should evaporate him from your life. If he discovers the nanny cam before you've been able to get any real proof, definitely deny the fact that you know that there's a nanny cam inside the teddy bear. Be like, what? Wow. Now it makes sense to me why this teddy bear that I got for you cost $845. Now that makes sense to me. I'm joking, of course. You are a teenager, you don't have enough money for a webcam, or at least a good one tucked inside the eyeball of a teddy bear. I would say, look, first of all, I would play it cool. Be cool, baby. Be cool. Don't be rash. Sometimes, people can get jealous, they can get fired up, and sort of, they're prone to behavior that they quickly regret. I would say give it a little bit of time. I know it's not that pleasant to experience this, but give it a little bit of time. Give it a little bit of possibility to see which direction it goes. And not too much time, but a little bit of time. Definitely don't confront him before you've had time to think about this and really witness it for a little bit of time. Definitely don't confront the woman. I think we've learned a lot from the General Petraeus affair. Don't kind of attack the other lady in the life. I would say after you've given it a little bit of time and these feelings do persist and they are legitimate for you, then I would have a talk with your boyfriend. I would broach the subject, and if your relationship is based on transparency and honesty, then, and I hope it is, and it should be, then you should sort of, say that you should express your feelings like that. I'm feeling very uncomfortable sometimes for you guys, and if there's anything going on that I should know about, or please tell me that my feelings are silly. And hopefully, if he's truthful and transparent with you, he will give you an answer that'll allow you to move on, hopefully in a positive direction. Okay, those are all the questions. I probably should have begun by telling you that I really don't know anything about love or women or human emotion. I'm in my 30s. I cry myself to sleep, and I enveloped in a world of coldness, insecurity, and pain. Okay, and be sure to check out Girls Season 1 on Blu-ray with HBO Select, DVD, and digital download on December 11th. Bye-bye.